guys, it's Chloe here. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, do the usual stuff if you watch YouTube. Subscribe, comment, like, share, all that fun stuff. Wanted to welcome a new member to my channel. I don't know if you're a male or female because your name could be used for either male or female. So it's Julian Mayer, I think it is, or Mayer. So everybody welcome Julian down below. So continuing with FDR, there wasn't quite as much this time around, so I'll just get into it. So we're into 1935, so his third year in office and the second half of his first term. January 4th, FDR had his third State of the Union. He announces the second phase of his New Deal. It was the beginning of Social Security, and it was for beginning of Social Security, improved housing, and tax reform. It also steers from relief programs to sustained measures. January 29th, the shunning involvement. The Senate rejects the U.S. participation in the World Court, voting 52 to 36, and getting out of international organizations. April 8th, Congress passes an emergency relief appropriation. It authorizes $5 billion to establish federal programs. I'm trying to remember all my abbreviations so that I have more room to write all this stuff down. There was the first of these relief appropriations was the Resettlement Admin, or the RA. And it was to help rural and urban families relocate, or some urban families to relocate. April 27th, Congress establishes the Soil Conservation Service. It was located inside the Department of Agriculture. It promotes better use of farmlands and prevents another Dust Bowl incident. So if you remember yesterday I talked about, or on my last video I talked about the big Dust Bowl where all that dust went from the central states all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. May 6th, funds from the ERA. FDR establishes the Works Progress Administration, or the WPA. There's a lot of big words, and then they shrink it into, like, letters, whatever. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head. I got done with DoorDashing today, so my brain is a little fried. Harry Hopkins was the director of it. It provides work and income for millions through construction and repair of roads, bridges, public schools, post offices, parks, and airfields. It employs artists and scholars as well. May 11th, continuing the new phase, establishes the Rural Electrification Administration, which provides loans for construction of power plants and lines. May 27th, the Schechter Poultry Corporation. The Supreme Court rules that the National Industrial Recovery Act of 1933 is unconstitutional. The National Recovery Administration is established under the NIRA, and it was the NIRA was terminated at the end of the year. July 5th, victory for organized labor. Roosevelt signs the National Labor Relations Act, and there was creating the National Labor Relations Board, or the NLRB, which was the right of labor to organize and bargain collectively. There was a lot of acts that was passed during FDR's time. August 14th, FDR signs the Social Security Act. It guarantees pensions to people over 65, establishes unemployment insurance, assists aid to dependent children, the blind, and aged not qualified for Social Security. So that's when we first had Social Security. August 30th, Congress passes the Revenue Act. It increases taxes on inheritances and gifts and higher incomes and corporations. August 31st, FDR signs the Neutrality Act. It forbids shipment of arms and munitions to belligerents during war. Excuse me. There was a looming war between Ethiopia and Italy at the time. So September 8th, Senator Huey Long was assassinated, and he was from Louisiana. November 9th, growing divide in organized labor. The president of the United Mine Workers, John L. Lewis, becomes the chairman of Committee for Industrial Organization within the Administration Federation of Labor, or the AFL. This was a lot to write out with all this stuff. 2 years later, the faction is expelled. It changed its name to Congress of Industrial Organizations, or the CIO. So now we're into 1936. January 6th, U.S. versus Butler. The Supreme Court rules the Agricultural Adjustment Act is unconstitutional. 2 months later, Congress passes the Soil Conservation and Domestic Allotment Act. I believe there may be... Nope, there wasn't more to that. Okay. January 24th, Congress passes the Adjustment Compensation Act. It provides immediate cash redemption for bonus certificates to veterans. Certificates were supposed to mature in 1944. May 9th, Ethiopia succumbs to Italy. The capital falls. The Emperor Haile Selassie flees. Mussolini and Hitler pursue further gains during that time. June 1st, presidential nominations. In Cleveland, the Republicans nominate Kansas Governor Alfred M. Landon as president and Frank Knox of Illinois as vice president. The Union Party nominates William Lemke, Republican from North Dakota, and it doesn't say who his running mate was. In Philadelphia, Democrats renominate Roosevelt and Garner. July 17th, Spanish Army in Morocco. Units of the Spanish Army declare revolution against the government in Madrid. General Francisco Franco leads the reactionary force. August 1st, the Summer Olympics in Berlin. Now, I don't know how much you know about that. I know that was made a big deal because of Hitler. So Hitler tries to make a speech, but the African-American Jesse Owens steals the spotlight by winning 4 gold medals in track and field. September 1st, the president campaigns heat up. So Roosevelt is criticized over the New Deal. 80% of the newspapers endorse Republican Alf Landon. That's just how they... not the alien. Sorry. November 3rd, Roosevelt was reelected. We know that because he served 12 years. 523 electoral votes, which was 27,750,000 people, or public vote. Landon had 8 electoral votes, which equaled 16,680,000. The Union's Lemke only received 900,000 of the popular votes, and this one surprised me. The Communist Party had Earl Browder, and he only received 80,000 votes. I didn't even know we had a Communist Party in this country. So that shocked me. And December 8th, Gibbs versus the Board of Education. The NAACP wins the case against Maryland. White and black teachers were to be paid equally. So that ends Roosevelt's first term in office. Now, I think that's when they changed... I gotta go back here. Give me just a second, guys. Hold on. Yeah, so at that time, they changed the inauguration day from March 4th to January 20th, because that's what I have written down here, and is 1937, January 20th, and that's when he got inaugurated. So that's when the inauguration date changed. I'm sure there'll be something on there. As you can see, I don't have anything written down yet. So we are moving through FDR. So now we're done with his first term. 2 videos so far. So it's going to be several videos for this. So we're getting about to the, well, 1941 is when we entered World War II, which if you think about it, it wasn't really a world war because not every country was involved, but most countries were involved. So in that respect, I guess it would be considered a world war. But I don't think Canada was ever involved in either of the world wars. I mean, comment below and tell me if I'm wrong. I didn't research it. Maybe I'll put that in my next video or something. So anyway, again, welcome to Julian, and thank you to those of you that consistently comment on my videos, Star Shadow and John. I need more of you guys to comment, please, 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 please. Be great if more people watched the videos, but if you're not watching the videos, I can't say, you know, more people need to watch. Maybe people are getting tired of the presidential highlight videos, but it is what it is, I guess. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this journey. Thanks for sticking with me through this whole thing. I'm glad that you guys are learning along with me about our past presidents. We're now getting into more modern times because my mom and dad are still alive, and this is now almost, I mean, it's in my dad's time period. It's not quite to my mom's time period. She hasn't been born yet where we're at in the presidential highlight videos, but she will be in this next one. So, because she was born in 38 and my dad was born in 33. So we're up to modern times, kind of. So, and then I think 37 to 38, we'll have to see how much there is in those 2 years, but not the next video, but I think either the video after that or the third video in, or so we're on number 2, not the third video, maybe not the fourth, but possibly the 5th video is when I'll have a newspaper. I have another newspaper to show you. It is a copy of the paper because on the front it talks about the bombing of the Pearl Harbor, but then when you look at the back page, it shows them signing the agreement, the armistice agreement, in 1945. So obviously it's a copy. So, but I'll have that to show you. So something else for you guys to look forward to, and then we'll start showing more newspapers the closer we get to more current times, because I've got plenty of newspapers. My dad just gave me a bunch more, and I guess they're all from Kennedy's. He's got them all wrapped up, so I haven't had a chance to look through them. But Kennedy's assassination, so now I got even more newspapers from that. So I'll have to pick and choose, because I'm not showing you guys all those papers, because pretty much they all say the same thing, pretty much. But they're the actual papers, so they're a little bit fragile and yellowed and everything. So more to look forward to. So anyway, hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Class dismissed. Have a sunny day.